road. Many youths today, while growing up, they had a particular interest they loved so much. Yes, rather than them develop and monetize this talent into useful skills, instead of us as parents help them. Their parents saw such as a waste of time, and played them down. They played their giftings down. They played their talent down. Rather than help them, they push it aside and like, no, it's only book. You have to go to school. You have to go to school. They don't want to believe that God has deposited anything in them that can take them far. They don't feel the child has what it takes to excel besides going to school. I'm here to prove us wrong today because it's working in my home. I can see it work in the lives of my children, and I'm very, very proud to say that, yes, it can also work for you. It can also work for your child. All right, the talent that has been deposited in your child free of charge by his or her maker, by God Almighty, you should tap into it. You should tap into it, help them to unlock. That's why we're here. Help them to bring it out. That thing that your child is doing, the beautiful voice, the scribbling on the notes, the jumping here and there, it's money. You can begin to monetize it. You can monetize and turn it into useful skill for the child. The child can go far with it. All right, if your child like games and all of that, maybe board games, peradventure, chess, Monopoly, Scrabble, please help the child out. Help the child get a trainer for the child to help the child to help you unlock it out, to see that this child becomes much more than just a bookworm. All right, yes, academic work is fine, but let's not undermine skills in our children. Okay, so parents always want the best for their children. Yes, we know we want the best for our children, but sometimes the way we go about it is the issue, right? A lot of children, they like football game. Football is no longer a game for the boy, the male gender alone. It's also for the female gender. Yes, we have Falcons and we have Super Eagles, okay, in Nigeria. So it's gone beyond the game for just the male. And so many, you see some youngsters, they play football, but mommy and daddy are like, no, go and read your book. Go and read. You don't do that. Especially in Africa, where I belong to. We do this a lot. And you see most of these children that would have loved to play football, you see them, they end up, by the time they are grown up, you see them going into football journalism because they want to kick the round leather ball. They want to kick this round leather ball. But daddy and mommy were like, no, you have to read, not football. Football is for ruffians. Who said Ronaldo is not a ruffian? Lionel Messi is not a ruffian? Gerard is not a ruffian? Rooney is not a ruffian. Amokachi is not a ruffian. Daniel the Bull Amokachi is not a ruffian. Kanu Wanko is not a ruffian. All right, if your child likes long tennis, why don't you encourage your child? Serena Williams is not a ruffian. Okay, so please, and these things they didn't learn in school. There are talents in them, there are gifting in them that somebody helped them to develop. And today they are doing very well in it. So why can't we look into that in there and also work on the talent, the gifting that God has put even in our children? All right? Instead of allowing those things to just die down like that. Years back, some parents often boasted of wanting their children to be lawyers. They want their children to be doctors. They want their children to be engineers and other white-collar professional workers as children professional work. All right. Beyond that, any child who is not studying any of these supposedly lucrative courses, the parents tend to see that no, you're not it. That shouldn't be. This was born out of hate. I know we're not doing this because we hate the child, because we just feel we want something good for the child. But please, parents, it's not all about book. It's not all about just book work. It has gone beyond that. The narrative, however, is not changing. Things are changing now because so many parents are now open to having their children try out different career paths. Yes, I'm happy for that. Okay. They are now beginning to look, yes, so it has gone beyond. I think it's the football world, that is the sports world that is beginning to open the eyes of parents into this. Okay, this was not what it used to be those days, but they are now beginning to look into it. A particular musician in Nigeria, Fast Folarin, your child is talented, your child is gifted, that natural gifting in your child. It might not be a conventional one, but it should be. It might not be what you really want, but it should be it should be a legal thing. It might not. You might feel, okay, I don't want my child to go into this skill because maybe it's a wayward one. No, 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 no. Guide your child towards a good path. Guide your child towards a good path of success. All right, that's what we should be looking at looking at as parents. No, every child cannot be good at everything. I keep saying that, but some children they are particularly good at a particular thing. Why don't you look into that child and begin to unravel and begin to look at that you can help your child to do, besides going to excel at, besides going to besides only putting all your eggs in one basket. Okay, as a parent, there's a need for you to make your child feel successful. How can you make your child feel successful? That's by directing his gifting, by helping him to unravel. That's how you can make your child to glow. That's how you can make your child to excel. This gives them a sense of fulfillment. When you do this for children, it makes them feel fulfilled and also shows that they are not failures, as some might think that they are, because they are not academically sound. All right, so you just give it a try. Observe your child. Does your child like to sing? Does your child like to scribble? Does your child like to run? Does your child love football? Does it like games, indoor games? Those are giftings in children. Does it talk a lot? Some will say you talk too much. That's a gift. Direct it towards a positive angle. Direct it towards the side, the part of skill, towards a part of career. Yes, that's what you should be looking at as a parent. Not say, shut up, don't talk again, your mouth, you talk too much. No, 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 no. We don't want that. When you do, the urge of temptation to engage in vices or alcoholism and drugs and the likes will come down. Some parents are so scared of allowing their children to go online. Why? Because the child, there is a vacuum that needs to be covered up. There's a vacuum that needs to be filled up. Besides doing homework, besides going to school, and all, there will still be a vacuum. So you can cover up this vacuum when you unravel the gifting in your child, when you discover what God has deposited in your child, such that when the child in his idle time, he has something to still hold on to say, yes. Like my children, they learn chess. So during the lockdown period, there was no gap. All right, even if there's nobody to play chess with, they go online and play chess. So you only find them in such a website where they say they are watching nude pictures or watching porno. No, because if there's nobody at home, they just go online and they play chess. They play chess online with somebody online and they just get going. That's it. Then they can also read books online. If it's somebody that likes to read, they go. When you allow your child to read, you're helping the child also to develop the skill of writing books. Yes, it's a skill. When a child reads a lot, then why don't you let the child also go online to read other books? Autobiography about great people, stars and public figures and all of that, great writers, even Christian literatures too, all right? That could help the child cultivate the habit of writing his own books, our own stories too, all right? And would shift the child's attention from drugs, alcoholism, and all the social vices out there. So we have some helpful tips here that I feel can also help parents to unravel this gift, to unravel the potentials in their children. All right, the first one is you provide them with opportunities to discover their unique ability. Yes, every child is unique. So you as a parent, you have to give them the opportunity to discover their unique ability. Every child is unique. Every child, they need a platform to develop and display it. All right? So you as a parent should be able to provide them that platform to develop and display it. Not having this platform could hinder their glow. Yes, a child is itching, he wants to do something and there's no platform for it. It will hinder the child's glowing. When I say glow, shine, to sparkle. All right? So you as a parent, you have to provide a platform. No, be there to help your child. You know, for example, my children, when I noticed my first child, I have two boys. When I noticed when they were growing up, I just found that this boy likes to sing a lot. We sing everything, all the songs in church and all of that. Anything, any song, he just likes to sing. So what did I do? I had to I just noticed, okay? So we start from somewhere. When he was, then he was going to year one, so I had to talk to the head of school in his primary school. So they added him in the school choir. He joined the school choir, and each time they have programs, and all of that, assembly ground, he joins them to sing. If they have music festival, he sings. And I was like, okay, another platform in this area could be learning how to play the keyboard. All right. So I had to get a keyboard. He didn't tell me he was going to play keyboard, but because he likes singing, I have to begin to search, okay, what goes with singing? Keyboard. Let's start with keyboard. And I got a keyboard for him at home. For both of them, I got the keyboard, but the first one was my first child was the one to begin to display his gifting by singing. So I got a keyboard. He's in a school choir. He sings there and all of that. So I got an instructor because I can't play the keyboard. So we started working. Both of them started with the keyboard. I found out that the second child doesn't like the keyboard. The instructor keeps telling me, your second child doesn't want the keyboard, but the first one has deep interest in keyboard. So we started working on that. And I now noticed, I started observing the second boy. You don't like the keyboard, you don't even sing. So what is it that this boy really likes? I noticed that he likes to draw something, he's trying to work on his handwriting. And I also noticed each time he's in the kitchen, he drums with all the spoons in the kitchen. He wants to drum everything in my kitchen. I said, all right, so yours is not the keyboard, but he's drumming. So I had to get a set of drum for him. He started drumming everywhere in the house. At the time, I got somebody, the person that was teaching my son how to play the keyboard, was also putting a second boy on how to drum. And lo and behold, before we knew it, boom, in school, he started drumming in his school. Today, till I speak to date, my second son's drum in the school assembly. During assembly ground in the school, he is the school drummer boy. Yeah, he's a drummer boy in the school. He keeps winning awards on drumming in school. That makes me happy too. Okay, and that's in the area of, and my first son, that one, even when we traveled to Ghana, anytime he sees this keyboard, he wants to play. Anytime he sees, so when we travel to Ghana, the place we stayed, the hotel we stayed, I don't know what they call it, I'm not a music person. There's this big organ, maybe it's an organ, very big in the hotel. He goes there and he's playing, they'll be looking at him. That makes me proud. And before he turned 7, when we went to Kwame Nkrumah Museum, I found that this boy, there's the old keyboard that Kwame Nkrumah used those days was in that museum. My son just went there, was trying to plug it. So the workers were like, oh, madam, hold your son. So I was calling him. It was, what is what you know. He was still going there, and the worker was like, can he play the keyboard? Somehow, I didn't want to be too okay, bring forward. I said, well, I think so. Well, okay, let's plug it. But he's plugging it like he knows it. The boy plugged it and he started playing it. We were like, wow. Even the foreigners, the Westerners that came from UK, Europe, were there for sightseeing. They were like, how old are you? How old are you? This boy can play this old keyboard. And that made me proud. All right, so you have to give them the platform. Give them that platform to discover themselves. Give them the platform, opportunity to unveil who they are. All right, and my son, I also need to notice that besides the drumming and all of that, he likes this cursive. I had to get an instructor to teach him on the handwriting. Christiana did a good job there. All right, he was helping him on how to write. All right, so the cursive home lesson instructor. I find that too, that my first child likes languages, the French, the Igbo, Nigerian language, the Yoruba. I had to get him a French. Of course, we're in the Yoruba speaking state, so he can pick that from his state. So I had to okay, let me get a French teacher. Now as I speak, he's now beginning to learn how to write stories in French. Yes. So that's it. That's how you provide them opportunity to discover their unique ability. So the second point to look at here is recognition and praise for their efforts. Their efforts. When a child is doing something, let the child know that you appreciate what the child is doing. Everyone strives and praises for a job well done. Yes. Or for a particular gifting. They strive, they giggle when you tell, oh, wow, you're doing well, they're happy. Whether our children excel or not, whether your child is at his best yet or not, just make them feel that attempt, the fact that they attempted it means, yes, they are good, that they'll be better. You know, they deserve to be praised, at least for trying. I thought it takes courage to even make an attempt. You know, it's an ability. That's an ability you should praise, you should applaud. Okay, there's a feel-good feeling there's a full feel-good feeling that comes with being praised for an effort. Not everybody can actually have the attempt to make the effort. So if your child is even making the effort, you know, please applaud the child, praise the child for even that effort he's trying to make. You know, money can't buy effort. No, money cannot. You know, as much as possible, wherever the opportunity arises to praise your child for doing something, parents, please do it. Please do it. That's the second point I want us to look at. Avoid comparing is the third point. Avoid comparing your child with other children. Please stop this comparison issue. Don't do it. Parents, don't ever compare your child with anyone. It breeds siblings rivalry and jealousy in relationship. It does that. It makes a child to feel is good for nothing. It brings jealousy. It brings siblings rivalry, either with the sibling or with a friend or with a nephew, with a cousin whatsoever. Don't compare. Every child has his or her pace. Let them grow at their own pace. Make them feel they are unique. Yes, you are unique. You are different. You are awesome and created for a special purpose. You know, just like the lines on our hands. Can you see my palm? The lines on my hands are different. So are our children's talents and giftings. So also they are different. Even if you see other children do what they do, tell them, yes, you are better. No one can do it like you do it. Just tell them, yes, you can put a little effort more. Yes, you are fantastic. You know, let them know it's a unique factor. Let them know you are unique, you know. Let them help them to discover themselves more by not comparing them with other children. Avoid these criticisms. You know, parents do it a lot. They say, no, can't you see? Look at your age. Look at what this other child is doing. You will go, why? You know, no. Your child is your child. That child, let your child walk at his or her own pace. We should avoid putting a child over the other. Don't feel one child is better. No. This will dampen their moral and also damage your child's confidence. If you do it, comparing according to the old saying is a thief of joy. Yes, there's a saying around that part. Comparing according to that saying is a thief of joy. When you compare it, you are stealing the joy of your child. When you compare your child with any other child, you are stealing the joy of your child. The child will not glow. The child will not feel. The child will feel he or she is good for nothing. Okay, so please, parents, let's avoid this comparison factor that we do a lot. Then another point is creation of avenue to contribute using talents. Yes, even as you are grooming this child, be looking for and be looking for areas where they can practice, where they can exhibit their talent. Okay, everyone loves to feel valued. I'm sure you want to feel valued, and talented as important. As parents, there is no better way to do than to make your child realize that his or her talents, all right, and contribution are recognized. All right, what I do most times is this, like my son that was learning this keyboard is very good in keyboard now. We are now looking at something else. Okay, we're working on French. So what I did, there's this and there's a coach that wanted to launch a book. So he told me that, can your son play in my book launch? I said, fantastic, why not? He said, I said, though it's not, he's still coming up. He said, yes, I know. I said, oh, thank you so much. I don't mind. So when I told my son, he was like, yes, mom, I will. And it was done in a church. I went with my children. So fortunately for me, my son played the keyboard in the book launch and the other one played the drum. So parents are like, only you? I said, well, I've been doing my own work. I've done my own work and I'm still working. So that gladdened them, and that made me also to be so happy. That's great avenue to contribute using their talent. Let them have that avenue where they can use their talent. Even besides that, there's a training I just finished, this holiday training, summer holiday training I did with children. My son that did this cursive handwriting, I needed somebody to help me write names on the certificate for the children. I just remembered I have one at home. So I called him, son, can you help me, instead of mommy going to spend money to get an artist to do this, can you help me inscribe the names on this? He said, fantastic. He said, mommy, yes, I can. And he did the inscription for me, inscribed the names of all the participating children in this year 2021 holiday training, home teaching tutor holiday training. That's my platform too on Instagram. All right, he did everything for me, and I was like, wow. The first one he did didn't come out well. I got a marker. So I said, well, I gave him a thumbs up. I said, yeah, you can do better. And he did for over 20 children for me. I was so happy. And it saved me some money. Okay? When you do that, you are planting seed of confidence and in your child. You are planting that seed of confidence and importance in them. And it will grow beyond your knowledge. It will grow beyond what you can ever imagine when you do that. All right. Before you know it, people they'll be asking for your child. Can your child do it? Even during when sometimes too, we learn this swimming in the club. Okay. Sometimes we just gist at parents, and the parent was telling her, my son will be going to Dubai for this swimming competition. I said, fantastic. I was so happy for her, but I was also thinking of my son. When we're going now, I said, son, how about swimming competition in Dubai? Would you like that? I said, wow, mommy, yes, I like that, but I have to perfect my hand. I said, yes, we'll work on it. So that's it. Another point you have to look is help them know the difference between self-esteem and selflessness. Yes, skill, self-esteem, that has to do with their self-confidence. There is a tendency for teenagers to feel they do not have the requisite, require self-esteem to try out something new or share the talents they have. There's that tendency there, oh, I can't, No, it's important you as parents, you help them not to confuse self-esteem with selflessness or self-centeredness. All right. There's a book I wrote recently on building your child's self-esteem. It's a book you should get for your child. It's fantastic to also help you even in this area of unlocking your child's talent. That book is a masterpiece and it is still selling. Just 3,500 naira. So if you are joining this live session, I can discount for you for being one of my subscribers if you want the book. Okay, so that like Abraham Lincoln, we know he achieved tremendous success through his ability. It started one day for Abraham Lincoln. He didn't just wake up. No, the parents were there to help him out. All right, I wish he can actually tell us give us autobiography around that area. I don't know, maybe I'll go and check online for his autobiography to find out how his parents actually helped him. Okay, so we need to help our child to develop a true sense of self-worth from what they give rather than what they get. That's selflessness. What they give, that's the selflessness. All right, by the time they have developed that self-esteem, that self-confidence, let them help, we should help them develop that true sense of self-worth from what they can give more than what they can get. We should teach them how to give, how to use their skills, how to use their talent to be a blessing, all right? How to be a blessing to the society, okay? That will make them feel let's make them feel they can contribute to the good of others by making use of their gifts to build long-lasting self-worth. All right, so self-esteem, selflessness, and self-worth, they work hand in hand. Self-esteem, the confidence, selflessness it is best to give more than to receive. Then self-worth, that will work on their self-worth, that will make them feel yes, they are valued. All right, another point is our children must be mindful of the company they also keep. It's very important that the company they keep, we know that bad company has a way of shifting any child from his or her focus, shifting them from focus. Okay, like the scripture warned that evil communication, according to the Bible, I'm a Christian, corrupts good manner. All right. So if any communication, if your child is not communicating with the right person, then it's in for it. And you are in for it as a parent. That can damage the child's growth. That can shift the child from focus. So once they get a clear vision of their talent, a clear picture of where they are going to, all right, their association should only be with those who are ready to help and help their growth to maturity. We're ready to direct them towards that part of maturity, towards that part of perfect growth. All right, they shouldn't be seen moving with children who do not have understanding of their career path yet and are whiling away time, wasting their time. All right, you must be deliberate in developing your child's talent as a parent. So the association your child keeps is very, very important. If he has friends, it should be friends that will help him out, not the friends that will shift him or her from focus, from his or her gifting talent. It's often said that the world is now a global village. So we need to understand that we have everything as a disposal. We have opportunities online that we can check. Loads of materials are there that you can check on. Now you can develop your child's talent. I just brought these few ones out to shake us, to motivate us, to wake us up from our sleep, from our slumber. It's no longer business as usual. Things are changing, the trend is changing, the competition is high there. So you as a parent, you don't want your child to be behind. No. It's not like we were brought up. Things are changing, so you need to move with trend. All right, so on a final note, I want us to look that I don't think some parents might feel, why am I only talking of talent? I'm saying not book, you know. Not for any reason. Don't make your child feel that they don't need education. Education is very important because they have found a gift in them, so they should push education. No, if you look at it, some footballers, African footballers, they are beginning to go back to school. They are not literate, and when they go for international competitions, you see their self-esteem, the confidence is still affecting them. Some of them would have even gotten better offers in big clubs, but because of no education, you know what? We know what education is. It has a major role to play in our lives. Education can push you out of that space of timidity, of being timid, into the limelight of full deep or full confidence grown up. So we cannot undermine education. Even if your child will say, I don't need a certificate today, he might need it tomorrow. Like now, I'm thinking of running a master's course. If I don't have my first degree, I won't, that's a platform. It means I have to start from the scratch at my age now. So you cannot, don't let them begin to tell you because they are skillful, they won't. No, there's nothing wrong in having different streams of income. Yes, just tell them what we are doing now is your plan B. We are unraveling it. That's your plan B. Okay, even if they don't need this now, they will need the certificate later. Okay, this is often the reason why some parents still frown at the children trying to pursue their career path and abandoning their education. No, you know, follow your career, but no, don't abandon education. I didn't say that. You know, in whatever they have chosen, there's always a certification for anything your child is choosing to do. There's always a certification for this program I was doing today. By the grace of God, I got certified as a cognitive behavioral therapist. All right. And if I was not having the first degree background, it would have been difficult for me to be here talking to us today. So education is very, 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 very key. Let's not make them feel that no. Please, please, please. Some parents are regretting it now, some adults. So academics is also the basis upon which we can do what we are doing now. If you start early, you can tap a lot from your child before they become grown-ups. Alongside going to school in their free periods, they can work on their skills, the talents that God has deposited in them. So I want to leave us today with this powerful quote from Emma Bomberg. You know, when I stand before God at the end of my life, I will hope that I would not have a single bit of talent left and could say, I used everything you gave me, Lord, for humanity. I use everything to make money. I use everything to better those around me. So that's what I want to leave with us as we call this a wrap today. So before we go, I want us to look at the important points again. Or rather, the first one I talked about is provide them with opportunities to discover their unique ability. Provide your children with opportunities where they can discover themselves. You know, recognize and praise their effort was the second point I mentioned. The third one was avoid comparing your child's effort with that of other children. Don't do that. It will not help your child. Creation of avenue to contribute using their talent was the fourth one I mentioned. And I said, help them know the difference between self-esteem and selflessness and self-worth too. Okay, then I said, the company they keep is also very important. Good company, we encourage your child to soar higher, but bad company or those that are not even in the same area, the niche, their gifting part will not help them go far. Okay, and I said that we shouldn't just look at academic as a no, it's also very key. It's the foundation upon which whatever we want to do. All right, so my name is Loretta Iyasele. I'm a parent-child therapist and coach. So hopefully by the grace of God, anytime we can meet again on our YouTube channel to talk more on this. Thank you for the audience. God bless you so much. Please help us to draw people to subscribe to this channel for us. We're trying to reach as many parents as possible that we can reach globally. Thanks and God bless you. Bye for now.